voice counts, but nothing amounts to anything until I hear it from you.
Frank, Hayes, Lauren, and Gibby. The Frangie Show starts now on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hey, thanks for coming along for the ride. We're glad you've stopped by with Hayes Carline, Lauren Brooks, and Andrew Gibson. I'm Frank Frangie on this Friday, brought to you by our friends at Big Chief Tire. I will try and focus on the program as much as I can today. I'm paid to do so. But there's scintillating football up above, Carline, so if I need you to take over for a while, please do. Jags and Eagles right above us here.
It's 14-3 Eagles, but I think the Jaguars still have a chance here.
We're driving. I'm not going to lie to you. We're driving. I think you can't, if you don't admit we're driving, then
that is a big-time third-down conversion right there.
Yeah, a little skinny post to C.J. Board. How you doing over there, Brooks? You good?
I am great, thank you.
Yeah.
But I do have to give you a fair warning, Hayes. The Jaguars do not come back and win this game.
You don't know that. You don't know that. Well, I mean, you can guess all you want. I'll believe it when I see the game end, okay?
I guess it's a good thing it's just the second week of the preseason.
I guess it is. So a lot to talk about today. We'll talk some college football. The Gators lose another recruit. That's not a good thing for them. We'll talk a little baseball, some stuff going on in the world of baseball. We'll go around the NFL a little, too. Interesting day. Gibby put this on our sheet, and we talk about it. I talked about it with the boys at the handoff. Matt Ryan played last night and got beat up. He was sacked 3 times, hit a bunch of times. It's got to make you a little nervous, right? If you're the Falcons in this don't play anything era of the preseason.
Does Dan Quinn just want to get fired?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, you could literally not do anything more asinine to derail your career more than playing your franchise quarterback this much in the second preseason game. Matt Ryan ended up playing 31 snaps. Now, they obviously can't protect him because 31 snaps and the amount of hits he got, that's almost basically, Gibby, what? He got hit every third play is what we're figuring there? He got hit like 10 times,
And
right?
the Jets were not holding back. They were blitzing a ton last night.
Yeah, it's ridiculous for Dan Quinn to be playing Matt Ryan at this point this long. It was ridiculous for Andy Reid to play Mahomes in the opener. There was an instance in that game where Mahomes scrambles, gets down inside like the 10, then he kind of cuts back and is almost running parallel, which is, I mean, where you see so many kill shots happen. And you can't do that as much now, but you're still rolling the dice that some player on the other side isn't going to say, I don't care, I'm going to make a statement, and I'm going to go high on this guy. He's not going to see it. And it is remarkable to me how some of these coaches, Andy Reid, I think, is really smart. Dan Quinn, I think, is in completely over his head. But it's stunning to me the decisions that they make with their star quarterbacks. If that player goes down, it's over. Your season is over.
And even we've seen injuries that don't necessarily affect the quarterbacks per se, but we've seen some serious injuries. The Jets lost a linebacker, torn ACL, out for the entire season, in Avery Williamson. Now Derwin James has a stress fracture, and he's going to miss significant time. We may have criticized not playing anybody the first week, and then Doug Marrone said, you know what, this is the plan. Now it's starting to look like a smart plan because other than James Onwualu, everybody else seems to be just fine going into the third week.
Well, the key, at least for local fans, is you're going to get to see Matt Ryan because I'm assuming in the fourth game he's going to play about 3 quarters. So now you get to see the guy. So that's exciting. So a lot of things to get to today. Let's not bury the lead. Start with the Jags. Brooks, impressions from game 2 from you.
Well, I will say, welcome back, Gardner Minshew, to playing football where you're far more comfortable. It looks like now the first week he was just a little bit in over his head. Last night he wasn't the best quarterback by any means on the field even, but I thought he bounced back well. And hello, Dayton Jones. Of course, you never want to see anybody get injured, but with that hit, he knocked Cody Kessler out of the game. But I have not seen that much from him in training camp. I thought he was very impressive last night. Obviously, the injury to Alfred Blue ended up being just an ankle sprain, so nothing too bad there. But I thought there were some much better moments, and my guy Alex Magoo finally showed everybody what we have seen, and that kid has wheels.
Gardner Minshew on third down is really impressive for being this young in his career. They were 5 of 10 on third down in the first half, and you could tell that Doug was really impressed with what he's got. in Gardner Minshew. And I know that sounds funny because it's 2 starts now in the preseason and no touchdowns. But last night, with what was around Gardner Minshew, the other 10, I'm not sure, outside of Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, that there's a lot of other quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks in the NFL that would do much with this unit. They can't establish a ground game at all. They consistently have protection busts. They drop passes. They commit penalties that negate touchdowns. I mean, it was a comedy of errors. I thought, considering everything that he had to play through, Minshew actually elevated a pretty horrible supporting cast around him. And to be that effective on third down, to at least sustain some drives after last week really not getting anything going, I thought Gardner Minshew was pretty impressive. Again, coming off what was an awful performance in Baltimore, but you can just see in how Doug talks about him that this is over. I mean, he talked.
You mean the battle for the backup?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think they're even remotely considering a veteran quarterback to bring in. I mean, I
totally agree.
I think it's Gardner Minshew's job, and Lauren points out Dayton Jones. Great point. He was really relentless from the first snap of the game. He was really fun to talk to. I had a chance to talk to him in the locker room last night, and one of the more entertaining interviews that I've done in training camp. And he said, he was like, I'm a UCLA guy, so when I saw Cody Kessler, I had to get back at that USC a little bit, so I put a little extra into that. But I mean, all kidding aside, I think he's been really consistent throughout. And when they signed him, it was like, okay, well, what is this a signing of? Well, this guy's absolutely making the team, or is this a signing of, look, we're looking to see if this, he's not old, but if this veteran has a lot left in the tank? Turns out it may have been a real savvy signing, because I think Dayton Jones is on the 53.
We're going to go to break, and I'll give you all my thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts, good, bad, and indifferent on the game. But back to Gardner Minshew, here's what I'll tell you. He clearly knows how to play. The one thing that stands out about him is he doesn't look like a rookie. I think he's got very average arm strength, and that will affect him. He made one throw to McBride or to actually C.J. Board, maybe it was too high in that left flat that got knocked away. He bounced one on a wide receiver screen toward the end of the game. That's an arm strength issue. But he knows how to play. He is smart, tough. The helmet mechanism went out last night, never panicked. Ran over, got a new helmet. Now, of course, the new helmet didn't have the radio in it. So ran over, got a new helmet, got his play called from first it was McCardell, then it was flipped. Very calm when everything's moving around him. There's no he's a guy with no panic. It's very clear, two things: really smart, instinctive, all that, and really tough. Those two things are why he's as good as he is. He's an accurate passer. By the way, the best throw he made all night was the one that Michael Walker with the cast on his hand didn't catch. That was his best throw of the night. That was a beautiful throw on the corner route. And Michael Walker has great hands, got the cast on his hand. So to his credit, he played receiver with it. So, but anyway, we'll talk.
He saw the guy on Hard Knocks break his hand in the middle of the
defensive
game
end.
and decided to come back in, the rookie. So he was like, I gotta do this too if I'm gonna try and make this team.
So we got a lot of things we'll talk about today on the program. We'll get to some college football, go around the NFL a little bit, baseball as always, a lot of fun stuff on a Friday. But we'll start with the Jags. I got a list of stuff that I'll go through. Things I feel good about, things not so great about. All that and more. Let's kick off the show that way on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Wonder what Jeff Prosser would be doing if he wasn't on 1010XL?
I am Robin of Locksley.
And why should the people listen to you?
Because, unlike some other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
Jeff Prosser, mornings on 1010XL.
Hey, if you want a great night out, you want Alhambra, and man, oh man, Mamma Mia is such a good place. So many people talking about it. The original play, which was got such acclaim, the music of ABBA, so much fun, such a real story, and now it is playing at Alhambra, and you'll have a great time if you head out there. You'll also get a 3-course meal that you will absolutely love. You'll also have plenty of parking. It's easy to get to on Beach Boulevard, very close to I-295. You need to go see Mamma Mia or one of the fantastic musicals at Alhambra. Here's what you do. Call 641-1212 or log on to alhambrajacks.com. It's that easy. 641-1212. They're very efficient. Or alhambrajacks.com and order your tickets right there online. You talk about a fun night out, affordable, it's got class and elegance and great food and great fun. You want Alhambra. 641-1212 or log on to alhambrajacks.com.
Marine Max Jacksonville Beach and Grady White Boats are both ready to get you on the water today. Grady White is celebrating 60 years of providing the ultimate boat ownership experience. Whether you are a hardcore fisherman or just want to enjoy cruising Northeast Florida waters, Grady White has 27 models from 18 to 45 feet to choose from. Visit Marine Max Jacksonville Beach, marinemax.com/Jacksonville.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Meet Vuse Alto, a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. With long-lasting pods filled with liquid blended in the US, Vuse Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Vuse, leading the way today, tomorrow, and the future. Underage sale prohibited.
Nimnick Chevrolet is the #1 Chevrolet dealership in Jacksonville, and they just won Dealer of the Year for 2018. Some of the reasons they're #1 is that they have the most inventory and the best price guarantee. They've been serving and donating to this community for 78 years, and no one cares more about the customers before, but more importantly, after the sale. That's Nimnick Chevrolet. Head there today, won't you? Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Because we speak your language. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Picken here. Guys, I got to tell you, it's true. We just had the new air conditioning system installed at the house. We are cooler with Bueller. That's right. My wife did some research. Trust me, we compared. And at the end of the day, Bueller Air Conditioning, the clear choice. They were on time, friendly, professional from start to finish. Our new system is awesome. Take it from me. If you need air conditioning help, I recommend Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
License CAC 1816716.
Bueller Air, stay cooler with Bueller.
Florida, welcome to Save Yourself with Geico.
You say goodbye to somebody.
Okay, bye.
But then, unfortunately, you both walk in the same direction. You couldn't save yourself from the thick stew of awkward this situation delivers. But you could save yourself hundreds by switching your car insurance to Geico.
Yes.
You could save on motorcycle, boat, and RV insurance too.
Nice.
Plus, the Geico Insurance Agency could help you save on renter's insurance. While your choice of walking direction has become your biggest problem, you should know Geico is the largest auto insurer in the state.
Okay.
Geico even offers 24/7 access to licensed agents and emergency roadside service.
So, weather.
And now you're resorting to local weather talk. Speaking of, your local Geico agent could help you save even more, like with federal and military discounts.
You couldn't save yourself from a goodbye, oh, hello situation, but you could save yourself hundreds with Geico online, over the phone, or at your local office.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. If you like discounts and special offers, then you need to jump online right now and head to TireOutlet.com/offers. How about $25 off a $75 purchase? I'm no math major, but that sounds pretty much like a 33% discount to me. And you'll find at least 10 enticing offers which you can take advantage of. So log on now at TireOutlet.com/offers. Only through the end of summer. Get your $25 off coupon and much more. That's TireOutlet.com/offers, where you'll find wholesale prices and premium service.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
John's Auto has been in Jacksonville for 32 years. That doesn't happen by cheating customers. At John's Auto, their reputation is in its work. Top quality for a lower price. It's full service at John's Auto. Brake, shocks, alignment, transmission, front end repair. Tires, and they specialize in AC repair, whether it's the repair itself or getting your AC coolant checked. John's Auto, Arlington Road. Call 743-3857, a family-owned business.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
Back to more of a Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. Big Chief Tire, with 4 locations on the First Coast to serve you.
Dropping the throw, looking, pump fake, wants to run it. Going to try and get to the end zone. Alex Magoo, touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown run by Alex Magoo, and the Jags get it into the end zone for the first time in the preseason. Maybe the highlight of the preseason, the run by Alex Magoo last night. Welcome back to the program. Frangie, Brooks, Carline, Andrew Gibson with you. Okay, bright spots, Minshew for sure. I think he's going to be fine as the backup. If he played that well with those guys last night, against, by the way, some Philadelphia starters. The one thing that keeps me, before I worry too much, the Jags have literally not played a starter of consequence yet. Yes, they've played Can a little bit. Swain played a little bit the first game.
Jared Wilson played last night
Jared
because he
Wilson
wanted to.
played last night, but there's not been a star out there. There's not been a player of significance yet. There's not been one. So I don't worry too much. Given that, it keeps me from worrying too much about all this. That's A.
And Josh Allen did play, so he might be the only star. But yeah.
But you know the point.
Yeah,
the point is they didn't play. They weren't playing. The 2 teams they've played have played their significant starters some. This team has not played its significant starters very much. I do think Minshew with the ones, I agreed with what you tweeted. I think you tweeted it last night, Hayes. I think Minshew will be fine with the ones. I think he'll be pretty good. He doesn't have to be great. He's got to know where to go with the ball. He's got, in today's NFL, don't panic. Know what to do. Know how to get out of a bad play. Throw accurately. And you're probably okay. And be able to take a hit when you catch one in the teeth. And I think he's probably okay. So I thought that was a bright spot. Dayton Jones, we knew today everybody would like Dayton. He played with a toughness about him. He's been around a little bit on a team that's very young. He gives it another little bit of a veteran presence. I thought he played pretty well. This McBride guy's pretty good. You know what? I don't know where he fits. He's too old, I think, for the practice roster. He's a 4th-year guy. So I don't know what happens with him. But with Terrell Pryor never playing, this guy shows up every week. He shows up every week, so we'll see. So I think there's I thought Thomas Rawls ran okay last night when he finally got to play. I think the running backs are going to be okay. I think backup quarterback is a question. I think that's going to be okay. So I think there's some things. I think Dayton Jones will help that team. I thought some of the linebackers were better the first week than last night. And I'm not going to panic about anything because the starters haven't played. It's silly to panic. If you're playing all your starters and everybody else is playing backups and you're winning 45-0, it's silly to get excited about that because you haven't played the ones yet. Well, it's just the other way around. If everybody else is playing their starters at least for a quarter, and again, some defensive guys played now last night for Philadelphia. They played some good players. It's too early to panic. What does worry me, though, is I wonder if the Jaguars are any good at the line of scrimmage when the starters aren't in. You shouldn't get consistently beaten badly in football games when most of the game everybody's playing their backups. That's my concern. If there's a concern that stands out for me, boy, oh boy, are they going to block anybody? Now maybe when Norwell's healthy, maybe when Linder's playing, okay? So the 2 guys that we haven't seen playing and healthy are Norwell and Linder. I think Richardson's playing okay, but I don't get the sense the line's holding up well. I don't know. Shatley made a big mistake last night. Wester doesn't look like he's any good,
He also made a big mistake.
Yeah. Wells playing right tackle is not even working at left tackle anymore. He early on I thought struggled. So if the one thing I worry, look, if Norwell's healthy, if Linder plays, if Cam Robinson can come back healthy, if Jawan Taylor can come back healthy and be ready to go as a rookie who's never played, if Richardson or Can, whoever wins that right job, is okay, then they're fine. That's a lot of ifs. There's only 5 spots. So if there's one thing that concerns me, I find myself thinking because of Foles, the tight ends will be okay. I think the receivers who we haven't seen, I've said it all camp, I like the receivers. I've seen enough of the backup running backs that they'll be okay. I think Blue's okay. I think Rawls will be okay, who's probably on the team now with Cunningham gone. And I think Armstead might be the best runner they have in time. The offensive line, the toughness, the physicality, that worries me. Eli Anku's been on this team a long time. I couldn't find him last night. Taven Bryan allegedly played.
Well, we know he played because he got buried on the first play of the game.
Yeah, but I can't find him. Here's one thing. As the play-by-play guy, I'd like to call all their names some, other than the offensive lineman. I can't find myself. I'm looking to call his name, dude. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm looking for plays.
I'm guessing you called Smoot's name, though, last night.
Called it a few times. But and again, ends are different than tackles. I get it. But so if there's one concern for me after watching these two games, calling these two games, it's are they going to be a physical football team when their starting defense isn't out there? You still have to be physical. You still have to be. And again, temper this. No Avery Jones, no Darius, no Calais, no Ngakoue, a little bit of Josh Allen, who clearly is very physical. We have seen already. No Miles Jack yet. No Jalen, who's a very physical corner. No Boye, no Harrison. I understand all that. And that's why I don't worry. But the overall feeling, I find myself wondering, will they be a tough, physical football team, particularly on the offensive front?
I'm surprised the front office has done such a poor job building the depth because it looks awful. And I'm not worried. I mean, in terms of the regular season, I think it's impossible to say. When you sit 30 guys, both preseason games, I don't really know what conclusions can be drawn from it when it comes to guys that aren't out there. But what can be drawn from it is that they don't have great depth at all. And I think there's some spots where it's strikingly bad. I think offensive tackle, it is strikingly bad. I think defensive tackle, it's a little bit of an issue. Linebacker, I can give them a little bit of a pass on that because this has been an odd offseason, and they've encountered things that they didn't expect to encounter. But yeah, I mean, I think one thing it helps getting all these guys this amount of snaps, because if they are developing, if there's anything there, I think you'll see it. But I expect when this 53-man is set, I expect there to be 2 or 3 immediate waiver claims. I think there'll be some guys that are really happy they made the team on Saturday afternoon, only to find out Sunday afternoon that they're no longer Jaguars.
Interesting. I agree with a lot of what you said, Frank, as far as last night goes. I think this team is really strong as far as cornerbacks go. And so is it possible that they're able to wheel and deal one of the cornerbacks to try and help this offensive line depth, which seems to be a complete disaster? The thing I go back to, Doug Marrone is a former offensive line coach. So shouldn't he be able to recognize talent or lack thereof way faster than most head coaches? And obviously there are guys there that are turnstiles at this point.
It's not that. It's not recognition. I mean, you have to remember now there's how many offensive linemen in camp right now?
15.
15, ballpark, 15. There's 32 teams. I mean, that's 500 offensive linemen. There's not 500 good offensive linemen. There just aren't. So you get as many as you can, and where do you spend your money? And again, I think Cam Robinson's a pretty good left tackle. I don't know if he's a great left tackle. I think Linder's a very good center. I still think a healthy Andrew Norwell's a good player. I worry about the right side. We don't know about Juwan Taylor, right? I mean, he had a little. He hurt his knee at the end of the Tuesday practice in Baltimore. We believe it's minor, right?
We believe.
Yeah, but that one's I find myself thinking he's going to have to be the right tackle. Boy, he has not impressed me like I'd hoped he would. So I worry about that. I think Will Richardson might win the job at right guard, and they say he's played well. But that's the only spot I find the only spot I find myself when the starters play a little nervous. I'm not nervous about Darius and Avery Jones. I'm not. I was hoping Taven would be a nice third guy in there. I'm worried about that a little bit. Elianku, I'm worried about that a little, but I'm not worried about those two starters. I'm darn sure not worried about Calais or Ngakoue or Josh Allen as the third guy. I'm darn sure not worried about that. Laurenti McRae, who's mostly a special teams guy, they've held him out of both games too. I think he'll help the cause. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about Miles Jack. I'd kind of like to see Quincy Williams, there. I'm not worried about any of the cornerbacks. Safeties, I don't know. So offensive line's the one spot. So we'll see. The other thing I do believe there's something to this without overthinking it. I think you can lose all 4 preseason games and win the Super Bowl. I don't think they mean anything, and they certainly don't mean anything when you're not playing anybody. But having said that, at some point there is a good feeling to walking off and going into your locker room having won or played well. I don't think you want to go into the regular season in these 4 and you didn't play well in any of them. I think this coming game on Thursday is very important because I think on Thursday, how much do we see? Doug made it clear the healthy starters are playing. How long? What do you think?
I think Doug will rethink that as it gets closer.
You think they won't play?
I think it won't be 30 guys, but I bet you it's in double digits.
They won't play.
They will not play.
I'd be really surprised. I would be surprised if virtually anybody is held out of that game. Now, they may not play very much. I'd be surprised. Fournette more than Foles, maybe because he was hurt last year. He's so important. Running backs probably don't need the preseason like other positions do. So I'd be really surprised. I mean, maybe Calais. I might hold out Calais. I might hold out Fournette, but that'd be it. I don't think you need to play much, and I've agreed with you on these first 2. I think you got to play some. I think there's a psychology to it. So I'd be very surprised if most of them don't play. You?
You're going to put Foles in there without the starting offensive lineman?
You think he's not playing?
I think if we get closer and what we saw last night is who's going to be protecting him for the most part, besides maybe Linder, then they don't play Foles.
I disagree. I don't think you go into Kansas City where he has never taken a snap for his new team. This is not Tom Brady. This is not Drew Brees, who's been with that team for 100 years. This is a guy who's never taken a snap with this, not one time with this team. I believe there's something to all the reps you get in practice, to a point. But it's different when there's people in the stands. There's different when there's a game rhythm. It's different. I would be very surprised, Lauren, even if you put him out there and he hands off. He's not going to get hit if he hands off.
I'm not saying I think he should sit. I'm just saying based off of Marone's comments and what we watched last night and knowing the injuries that this offensive line is dealing with, I would not be surprised if he looks at the situation, watches the game film back, and says, I can't put him in there with that protecting him.
Tony Baselli said last night on the pregame that he really believes this will hurt them in the first 2 or 3 games of the season because there will be no rhythm because they haven't played more. Now, again, Tony's forgotten more about how football works than I do, but I've got my opinion is if they play 20 plays Thursday night, that changes that. That gets a little bit of rust off. So I think I'd be okay with that. So I don't know that I agree that by game 2 or game 3 they're still going to be struggling. I think Tony was talking emotionally a little bit too. But if they don't play at all, I'd be very surprised. So I think they've got to play a little bit. Again, the question is, where's the balance between not playing at all because you're scared to death of somebody getting hurt or letting Matt Ryan stay in there in game 2, a veteran in game 2, get sacked 3 times and hit 8 times. Now that's extreme. So the balance is in there somewhere. I mean, Pat Mahomes is playing. Nobody's more valuable, other than maybe Brady, nobody's more valuable to his team than Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's as valuable to his – I guess all the quarterbacks are, but –
yeah, Aaron Rodgers didn't play because of supposed back soreness. I think that was more of an excuse.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes he's the MVP of the league, and he's playing plenty. Now, maybe – I don't know their line situation. Maybe their line's all healthy, and maybe he's only playing when they're in there. So, interesting stuff. We'll see. Okay, we'll talk
I'm looking
more.
forward to it. That's what I know.
The
third game.
Oh, I am
far more than the first 2.
Trust me. The play-by-play guy's looking forward to it. I can assure you that. A lot of things to talk about. A lot of things I want to get to today on the program, but I want to get to this Florida losing these recruits. I think that stuff can be overrated to a point, but at some point it's not overrated. We'll discuss it after this.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The class of 2020 is making history. Congratulations to Mandarin's Carson Beck, Trinity Christian's Miles Brooks, and Sandalwood's Jaquez Robinson, committed to Georgia, Georgia Tech, and Alabama. Follow them this fall under the Friday Night Lights on 1010XL.
Hey, if you want a bank you can trust, you want Center State Bank with 7 locations here on the First Coast. Terrific people, terrific bankers. They understand banking and finance. They understand how hard it is to start and maintain a business. That's why they're Florida's business bank. But they also understand how important it is to treat you right on a personal level. Nice folks, good bankers. That's what you get from Center State Bank. It really is. I love banking at Center State Bank. 7 locations on the First Coast. You want a bank? You want Center State Bank.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles update. It's finally here. Jaguars running back Raquel Armstead's in-store signing is tonight from 6:30 to 8 p.m. The former Temple back will be at Showtime tonight signing autographs. That's tonight from 6:30 to 8 p.m. for Rock Armstead, 1 mile north of the Avenues Mall. It's Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Summer clearance event. Turbocharge your savings and enjoy real car buying power at your #1 hometown dealer, Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. Drive home in a brand new Dodge Journey. Any model, any color, every option starting from just $249 a month. If exciting on-road performance is what you're after, there's nothing better than a new Challenger. For a limited time, get yours from just $259 a month. Summer is the best time to buy, and we will not be undersold. No way! See our inventory at jaxcjd.com. Our lenders have millions to lend and want to get you a great new car loan. Come in for a no-hassle test drive today. All Ram trucks from $1,500 to heavy duty are sale priced to save you thousands. Pick anyone in stock and get up to $12,000 off MSRP. Set a new course in a Jeep Compass from just $209 a month. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. The best selection and the best deals all month long. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
This is Jeff Prosser. Do you have patio envy? Lifetime Enclosures has the cure. You know, my parents really happy with the work Lifetime Enclosure did for them, from patio extensions to lanai conversion, sunrooms, screen enclosures. Make Lifetime Enclosures your outdoor living choice. Visit them at Lifetime Enclosures just south of Bay Meadows Road on Phillips Highway and set up your free estimate. Plus, you can receive up to 20% off a qualifying purchase. Also, take a short walk to Lifetime Flooring right next door. Tell them Jeff sent you. License CRC 028471.
AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
The best of XL Primetime Replay is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, helping you be the best when you play.
You pay full price for these tickets. You want to go and you want to see the Jacksonville Jaguars. You don't want to see 40 guys that are going to be trying to sell insurance. $70, $80, $90 to sit in the Cleveland Browns Stadium, see Baker Mayfield throw 4 passes, but I get to see this homeless guy return a ball for a touchdown.
Come on. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Got shot.
And the thing is that
guy.
Blue here for the Blue Crab Crab House, once again voted the #1 crab shack in Northeast Florida. What about Sundays over there? You kidding me? $1.95 Bloody Marys, mimosas as well, up until 5 o'clock. Alex always playing live music right there on the deck. The best seafood in Jacksonville, the Blue Crab Crab House. They've been in Jacksonville for 23 years, right there on Julington Creek Road in San Jose. I'll see you at the Blue Crab Crab House.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com. Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
Attention diesel mechanics. Republic Services is now hiring in Duval and St. Johns County. And with Republic Services, new diesel mechanics get a $2,000 sign-on bonus, a $1,000 yearly tool allowance, and competitive benefits. Republic Services will even pay for your ASE certifications and offer a bonus for each certification earned. Join the Republic Services team and make a positive impact on your community and environment today. Visit republicservices.jobs for more information and to apply. Wear the star, drive your career.
Guy and his cheap transmission fluid.
Seriously? My dealership just checked the brakes.
We all know how it can be to go to the wrong place for car repair.
I can't believe that check engine light is on again.
So don't risk it. Take your car to the experts at AMCO.
The #1 name in transmission repair is AMCO Transmissions, and they're happy to provide just about any repairs you may need. If you've been told your car or truck needs repairs, stop by and get a free second opinion with AMCO's free multi-point inspection and estimate. Get a free AC check while you're there. AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care, family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia. For money-saving coupons, reviews, complete details on special offers, and the location nearest you, visit amcojacksonville.com.
AMCO, always the right fix. AA MCO.
AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care.
Instant Keys offers honest professional locksmith service for lost, broken, or spare keys. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealer-level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. 722-1111.
Let's have lunch with Leon.
Got any fried chicken?
Former Jacksonville Pro Bowler Leon Searcy is serving up lunch on XL Primetime.
Weekdays from noon till 1:30. Brought to you by Wingstop.
Now I'm really hungry.
On 1010XL.
Back to more of Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. Family owned since 1961. It's Big Chief Tire.
Frank Hayes, Gibby, and Lauren with you until 7 p.m. this evening. What's important to you when you go to get your oil changed or you get new tires? For me, it's really good customer service and a super clean environment. Well, that's what you get with our friends at Big Chief Tire. Not so great news coming out of Gainesville. I feel like we've said that actually multiple times this summer. Florida, of course, takes on Miami in less than 10 days. But as far as off the field goes, recruits seem to be going by the wayside. Another one, 4-star wide receiver out of Richmond, Texas, R.J. Henderson, not going to be eligible to attend the University of Florida.
A lot of thoughts on this. First of all, Kirby Smart was clear. I don't know if it was a jab at Florida, probably was, because they've been going back and forth. But he said to us, sitting there with us at our table during SEC Media Days, I talked about how did you build it so fast? And I asked the question, and his answer was, well, look, a lot goes into recruiting. He said, got to identify the right guys, got to identify guys that fit us. Oh, by the way, got to get guys I can get in. If I sign him and don't get him, then what good does that do me? He made a point to say that. And I wondered, is that a counterpunch to Florida? Maybe a little, right? Because it went through
Smart counterpunch.
Yeah, it went through my mind a little bit. Look, here in my mind, here's everything going on with Mullen as the recruiter. First of all, he inherited a program that was not ascending. Even though it's a program with potential greatness, with past greatness, Florida is a program that's not ascending. Nobody would debate that. So he's not going to go toe-to-toe with Alabama, Georgia, and Clemson right out of the gate because it's a program that's not ascending. That's A. B, he might not be a great recruiter. He was not one of Urban's great recruiters, so he might not be a great recruiter. C, he's at a school where he's had to do it different ways. At Mississippi State, you got to take the JUCO guy. You got to take Jeffrey Simmons if you're convinced. You got to take a chance on Nick Fitzgerald, who nobody else wants, and you can teach him how to be a good quarterback. You've got to take transfers left and right because Mississippi State isn't getting Starkville and Tuscaloosa are 40 minutes apart. They're right next to each other, but you're not getting the guy that's going 40 minutes from there. You're not getting him. So you got a guy that A, just got there to a program that's not ascending. B, might not be a great recruiter anyway. C, has had to do it a different way, so he's got to change how he does it, right? So I think all those things are in play. Oh, by the way, if you're going to compete with those guys down the line, you got to get the guys they got. So if I add all this up, the last thing you can do if you're trying to get to that point is have a class fall apart on you. This class now is starting to fall apart. I mean, the reality is it's now starting to fall apart. I mean, R.J. Henderson, Chris Steele, these are good players. These aren't guys at the bottom of your class. What was the class ranked to start the season? 12th?
Ninth.
Ninth to start the season. Oh, boy. If you re-ranked, if you ranked based on guys that got in, where would it be now?
17th.
17th now, okay? So the point is,
you passed the test.
Yeah. So at some point, though, you got to figure this part out. At some point, you got to say, okay, I mean, this is really going to hurt in 2 years. But that's not the big problem. The big problem is, can you rectify it? Now, one more. I think they've got a good team. They've got a good, confident team. So if you have a big year, the Pied Piper effect happens and more guys just come to you. And again, the guys that really get it going at some point start getting recruits they ordinarily wouldn't get because the logo and the brand gets them. But I don't think they're quite there yet. I think this one, of all the ones they lost, not that R.J. Henderson's better than Chris Steele or this guy or that guy or that guy, but this one got my attention because it's one too many for my little feeble mind. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I think it's a disaster. I mean, I think the class is disintegrated, and he'll have to work the transfer portal this coming off season to help cover in the voids, and he's got a real issue. I mean, this has got to stop. You cannot lose 3 players in your class to grades. You can't do it when you're the University of Florida. I wouldn't prioritize California in terms of recruiting because of what can happen with players like Chris Steele that get there, and I do think homesickness played a big role in it. The Jalen Jones issue where you have a character concern that you'd like to think that you would be able to identify before he gets on your campus. There's a lot of things that have gone wrong, and it's gone wrong at really the heart of the class in terms of the guys that are at the top of it. So I think it is a massive concern for Florida moving forward because he has got to get this fixed.
And we can clearly identify the issue, but how does Mullen fix this? How, obviously with the grades, he can take a closer look at the transcripts and work with the counselors at the high school. But outside of that, how does he go about getting guys from great areas that are looking at better programs?
Well, you hope the answer to that question is, okay,
he wins.
You win.
Yeah.
And the more you win, the more 4s and 5s that want to come, and the more 4s and 5s that want to come, the fewer chances you got to take. I get you first get there, you got to take some risk. You got to look. You're not getting who Clemson, Alabama, or Georgia are getting. So if you get the one guy that maybe isn't quite as good, you get the other guy whose grades aren't quite as good. You get this guy who might have been in a little bit of trouble. 3 years from now, in a perfect world, you're not taking those guys. Clemson didn't take them, but Clemson used to take them. Okay, so my point is now what you've got to have happen now is win enough games that a guy wants to go. I'll give you an example. This great running back out of Lakeland, Bowman. Okay. Great running back, going to Clemson, right? Best running back in the country? All right. I can tell you what I've been told by people in Lakeland, okay, that the parents, the mom, wasn't super excited about him going to school necessarily with the Lakeland group that's already there. Not that they're bad kids or bad people, but the mom wanted him to get away. Dabo's a very spiritual guy. He played the spiritual card during the recruitment, and I'm not saying that's why the kid's going to Clemson. I can also tell you that the people that told me this have also told me that one's not over. Okay, now this is a great player. This is a 5-star running back, best running back in the country, Bowman from Lakeland. Well, and apparently Florida is trying like crazy to flip him, trying like crazy, like this is a gigantic big deal to them. Well, if you do that, here's a kid that's this great player, great kid, very spiritual. Does he become the Chris Leak? Does he become the Pied Piper? I've said this many times. Chris Leak won Florida national championship with way more than the passes he completed. Because when Chris Leak committed, one of the top recruited quarterbacks in the country, he got on the phone, and that's when that class came together. Zooks told me that story. That's when that class came together. Is Chris Leak was going, and then everybody wanted to go, and he's calling guys, and this guy's going, and that class, which is why they won the 2006 national championship, was that class. Chris Leak had everything to do with almost all of them going. So But you got to get that one guy to change this culture a little bit. I thought R.J. Henderson's a receiver. I was asking the boys at the handoff this. In the 2020 season, knowing what we know now there's recruiting and stuff and players developing, who's catching passes? I know we talked about this the other day. Who's catching passes? Okay, Jacob Copeland, okay? He's got how many catches in college right now? Total right now, okay?
0.
Rick Wells, who's had a nice camp, how many catches in college right now? Okay, so that's it.
0.
That's it?
Yeah.
So your two receivers are guys that have exactly 0 college catches? 0? Okay, who's throwing to him? Franks is out. Franks is about a 12th year junior, okay? I mean, he's absolutely coming out, okay? Emory Jones, who's thrown 4 passes, 5 passes, that's your team next year? Okay, maybe Kyle Pitts will catch him. Maybe they'll make him a hybrid guy. But
we're going to take Tate Martell, don't worry.
Well, transfer as a slot receiver. That's who's catching. Okay, that's who's catching passes. Tate Martell. So my point is, this is R.J. Henderson would have helped next year. I mean, he was a big part of next year's team. So again, we're 8 days away from them playing this year, and I think this year they have a really good team. And if this year's team is as good as I think it is, then that can solve a lot of the problems because guys will come. But you got to start. And I do wonder, to your question, how do you start getting them? At some point, does Dan Mullen? I mean, nowadays, here's what it used to be. It used to be your head coach, your 9 assistants, and one of those guys was the recruiting coordinator, okay? And there was a recruiting assistant, a secretary in the office, a recruiting assistant in the office, and that was pretty much it. Now there's 78 people in your recruiting department, and there's personnel people and head of this and head of that and chief of that and VP of that. Well, I think you get them all together. You probably need to build a new boardroom to fit them all in. And you have to say, have we changed what we're doing here? Look, I don't know who we're talking to in terms of curriculum and what predictors we're using, but we have too many guys that aren't getting in. We all talked about when Chris Steele left, quit recruiting the California guy, right? Because you run a risk you may go back to California, which he did, or to the West Coast. So I guess California went to USC, didn't he, ultimately, after changing a bunch. So that's my point is you have to make some adjustments to how you do your business.
He does, and I think he's got to worry. I think he is sensitive, even though he would never admit it. I think he is sensitive to the recruiting image that he has, and he's sensitive to the rankings, and I think this proves it, that he took kids hoping for the best, but probably knowing there was a good chance this class would fall apart, and he sat there on signing day and, took all the credit at the podium when everybody was like, oh, wow, Florida finished with a top 10 class. Maybe Mullen knows what he's doing, and never really gave any indication that day that, boy, we're really – our fingers are crossed on a few of these guys. I think it's incredibly disappointing what's happened to the 2019 signing class. And, again, if it continues, he's a great developer of talent. I think he's great on game day. He's great in terms of building a game plan. But if you can't get it done on the recruiting trail, you will not win big at Florida. End of story.
Can you become a better recruiter? I know you can hire better recruiters, but can the head coach learn and develop and become a better recruiter like the Sweeneys, the Sabins, the Kirby Smarts, the Jimbo Fishers?
That's a really good question. It's a very good question. So a two-part answer. Yes, you can. But to where I think you're really going with the question, if you're not charismatic recruiter guy, can you suddenly become charismatic recruiter guy? Probably not. So, I mean, and I hear you.
Because we are who we are.
Yeah, that's right. So, yes, you can become better at it, and you do. Hopefully, every coach gets better at everything, like all of us in our business. You never quit getting better. But, I think there's something. No, I think there's absolutely something to that, and you have to work to get better at it. Look, Mullen's an engaging guy. And he's funny. He's fun to be around. I don't know that the problem is Dan and his personality as a recruiter, but recruiting is so much. That used to be all it was. Bobby Bowden would recruit no matter where he was because he was Bobby Bowden. Now it's
because he played to the mamas. He always said.
That's right. But now that's part of it. The other part of it is do you have the right infrastructure? Do you have the right facilities for them to see? Again, my friend Dan Hicken on our podcast talks about that all the time. We don't have a slip and slide in a putting course and all that. So that's part of it too. That's part of building the infrastructure. Do you have the right people? Do you have the right people when you're not even with them? When the staff is with them, do you have those people? I've told this story many times. When Leon, I've told this story to Leon. I did a story about recruiting visits, and I wanted to see what it was like to go on an official visit. And I went on an official I was a prep writer, 85, and I'm writing and I go on this visit to Florida State, And Leon was on the trip. Brad Johnson was on the trip. Claude Jones was on the trip. All these good players. Mike Brandon was probably the biggest recruit on there. Big kid out of Live Oak, I think. They went to Florida. Big-time defensive. 6'5", 280 defensive tackle, could run. I'm telling you, and they all had people assigned to them, players assigned to them, and the hostess assigned to them. The girl that was taking him around was the most gorgeous blonde I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not saying FSU, and by the way, kid wound up going to Florida. I'm saying School X gets a kid because he has a pretty hostess, but I think that the whole formula, a gregarious hostess, the good players taking him around, take him to the right places, the right things in town, wow the parents with your academics the way you're supposed to. So to your question, it might not be just, is Dan Mullen good at it? Is his personality? Do they have the right infrastructure? And that as the team gets better, that's got to improve as well.
Right, and I wonder, I don't know enough about the academic requirements. Are Florida's more difficult than, say, Georgia's or Miami's? Or are they, I know how it is for the non-student athletes to get into Florida, it's extremely difficult, but I don't know about the athletes.
I think anytime a school loses a guy, they want to make you believe that. It's harder to get into our place than others. I think some schools are like that. Illinois was like that. Vanderbilt and Duke are like that. I got to believe Florida, Georgia, Clemson, Florida State, I got to believe there's not many guys that can't get into one but can get in all the others. I may be wrong about that, but I got to believe it's pretty cool. Let's take a break. I want to stay on college football, talk a little bit about alcohol sales, that and a whole lot more. Stay with us. It's 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hey guys, I'm Greg McDowell, PGA Tour golfer, and you're listening to 1010XL 92.5 FM. Cheers.
Hey, folks, if the hot summer days have you looking for a no-fuss dinner option for the whole family, look no further than Chick-fil-A. Go for that delicious chicken and stay for all the hospitality. You'll get the most bang for your buck and satisfy even the pickiest eaters with one of those 30-count Chick-fil-A Nuggets trays. And everybody eats, and everybody's happy. Get that dipping sauce. You're going to love it. If you want great food, you want Chick-fil-A. Get Chick-fil-A today. In the summertime, boy, is it nice. Head to Chick-fil-A today.
If you're a skilled or unskilled worker yearning to make more money, then listen up, because All Purpose Staffing is looking for you. Lauren Brooks here for All Purpose Staffing, where employees always make more than minimum wage. All Purpose Staffing is filling positions right now for general helpers, carpenters, painters, electricians, roofing, landscaping, and more. Full and part-time work available. Call All Purpose Staffing today at 904-219-1515. That's 219-1515 to land that better job today.
All numbers are with approved, credited, not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Summer of Jeep.
Our Jeep sale has been so successful, we're going to keep it going for a little longer,
so you can enjoy the biggest savings of the year.
At Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Get a new Grand Cherokee and drive it today for as little as $269 a month. Get up to $3,000 off. Even Gladiator is on sale. It's a utility vehicle like no other. Take a brand new one home from just $329 a month. Save up to $4,000 on Renegade. Drive a new Cherokee from just $239 a month. You save up to $6,000 off MSRP.
See our inventory at number1cjd.com.
Tell us the car, truck, or SUV you're interested in, and we'll have it waiting for you in the shade, keeping it cool in the summer heat. Less than perfect credit?
No problem.
Our lenders want to make you a new car loan today. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Just honest and friendly service you can count on. 9600 Atlantic Boulevard,
across from the Regency Square Mall.
This Jaguar season, how would you like an all-inclusive air-conditioned suite for your tailgate? Mike Dempsey here for Party Shack. It's a turnkey setup that means no prep on your end. You can host clients, staff, and friends to catered food sponsored by Publix with a full bar, top deck roof lounge, and best of all, air-conditioned comfort with 2 TVs in each suite. So take your whole office or group of friends to the top-of-the-line Jaguars tailgate experience. Book your company's Party Shack suite right now at jacksvillage.com. jacksvillage.com.
The Truck Accident Law Firm is a national truck crash law firm based right here in Jacksonville, focused on making First Coast roads safer through zealous advocacy for families of those injured or killed by unsafe trucking. The Truck Accident Law Firm focuses exclusively on tractor-trailer, bus, and commercial vehicle crashes. If someone you know is involved in a serious crash with a tractor-trailer or commercial vehicle, contact your local truck crash specialists. at truckcrashlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
This is the Mangler. By now you've heard my commercial for Advanced Disposal on our need for CDL drivers. As a result, we've added some good drivers to our team. However, we still have some positions to fill. We're looking for CDL drivers in Northeast Florida, especially in Clay County, St. Johns County, and yes, Duval. Come be a starter on our team. Earn a solid wage and get full benefits. Head to our website, advanceddisposal.com/careers, and get signed up today. That's advanceddisposal.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
Metro Rooter Plumbing is not gimmicky and doesn't have a cute tagline. Metro Rooter Plumbing is always professional, no exceptions. Metro Rooter Plumbing will diagnose solutions to fix wasteful, harmful, or unsafe plumbing problems. The diagnosis is free, and if you feel comfortable, they'll begin work right away. If you'd prefer to hold off, that's okay too. Metro Rooter plumbers are not high pressure, they're just good quality plumbers. Google Metro Rooter to schedule your appointment. They even offer same-day service, including Saturday and Sunday. MetroRooter.com.
A roof is a home improvement that will protect your home and get you a good return on investment. Mike Dempsey here for Universal Roofing. All of the roofs come with a 25-year transferable guarantee. Folks, this is your forever roof. There's no one better than Universal Roofing because they're the safest, most highly skilled roofing contractor in town on all types of roofs. They have industry-leading warranties and outstanding customer service. So visit universalroof.com to schedule a free inspection. That's universalroof.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Did you know that only 1% of all the diamonds in the world qualify to be a Forevermark diamond? They're the world's most carefully selected diamond and the world's most responsibly sourced diamond. These diamonds benefit the communities they're sourced from. That's why these diamonds carry an invisible Forevermark icon on their table. Most people don't know that Forevermark diamonds are individually cared for from the mine all the way to her finger, and that's where Underwoods fits in. Not everybody can carry Forevermark diamonds, and in fact, all of the companies in the Forevermark network that handle the diamond between the mine and her finger are vetted and carefully selected for their honesty and integrity to also carry that Forevermark icon. Underwoods is proud to be a part of the Forevermark network, and in fact, we were one of the first 5 in the United States invited to join. So come by and see our selection of Forevermark diamonds at Underwoods.
Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. Jaguars fell in Week 2 of the preseason last night to the Philadelphia Eagles, but an encouraging performance along the defensive line from Dayton Jones, who caught up with our Hayes Carline in the post-game locker room.
It was a great game, but our standard wasn't met tonight, and we got to amplify that because as a defensive line, you know, if Yannick is getting all the sacks, then Marcel's free. And if Marcel's starting to become free, Calais is going to be free. And if Calais is not free, Abe Jones and Dayton Jones is going to be free.
Dayton Jones, a guest last night of Hayes Carline in the Jaguars post-game locker room. Stay tuned for the full interview with Dayton Jones coming up on The Frangie Show. Right now, 83 degrees at 4 o'clock. Your time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller. More of The Frangie Show is coming up right now.
Back to more of a Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. Big Chief Tire, with 4 locations on the First Coast to serve you.
Pete Prisco coming up later on today. It's brought to you by our friends at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. And tonight they've got Rock Armstead there. Boy, is he going to be a good player. He really is. Signing autographs 6:30 to 8 at Showtime. That's at Phillips Highway right at Shad Road. Great place for collectibles. So you need to head by there. And they sponsor our Prisco Report. Comes up later on in the program today.
You can go get your signed, whatever it is, memorabilia by Rock Armstead, and then you can go right to the Brad Paisley concert, which is why Gibby's playing Brad Paisley.
How about that? Got all that going on. That's a great night, what that is.
That's right.
You're at Panera. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
You're at Panera. Meeting your buddy. Having a coffee. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Good plan so far.
Funny coming from you because you don't drink coffee.
9:40 or so in the morning. Okay?
This would be on like his 6th cup if it was that late.
Okay.
I'm out of control.
And there's a guy, not that you know, don't know the guy. You're just with your buddy, and Panera's packed because there's a law that Panera has to be packed. Guys flies down. Like don't know him, but it's down. It's not like it's like down. It's like it's like XYZ and then some.
Like, do we have like?
It's like a garage door that didn't go up. I mean, it is down.
Like junk hanging out.
No,
bad,
not that. Because that doesn't happen very often. I hope.
I just ate.
But I mean, it's like the whole garage door. Okay, it's not halfway. It's open.
Okay.
I hope he's wearing underwear.
You don't know him.
Yeah, there's no chance I'm telling him.
Okay. Because you don't care about humanity. You could really save him some embarrassment. You don't care about. Clearly, you don't care about his embarrassment.
I don't care about his embarrassment. And I don't. Care about humanity.
Down, buddy. I don't mean like.
Why would I?
And I'm not saying you should. I'm asking.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes I like to invest. I'm a journalist, Hayes. I like to investigate on the program from time to time.
In a million years, I'm not sure I would tell anybody, even if I knew him, that look, your fly is totally down.
So you've never told a guy his fly was down. Like you've gone 42 years, not one. Hey, buddy, your fly is down.
That would be.
You're
correct.
old for the 42 years in that.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to mention it.
Okay. How about you?
If it's someone I know, I will absolutely tell them.
I said you don't know the guy.
Right. As a female, you can't go up to a guy and say your fly is down. That means you were looking and checking out their fly, and there's this whole thing you can't do.
You had the bad view. You snuck. He'd think you snuck a peek.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now we were at dinner one time, and our server's fly was down, and I was like,
"What'd you do?"
I was like, "Brian, you got to tell him." And he's like, "I'm not telling him." I was like, "Well, I'm not saying something, but it's like eye level."
So you had eye level fly down. That's even worse.
Because it's the server.
Totally worse than fly down is
eye level. Right.
Eye level fly down is bad.
Yeah, and I was like, somebody's got to say something. So I said something to the hostess, so that way the hostess could say something to him, and I didn't have to be a direct. You were serving me dinner and your fly was down.
This is fantastic. You went to the hostess.
Yes.
Involved her in the dilemma.
Yes, and I said, since you know him, I need you to go prevent future tables from being eye to eye with the fly down, and she handled the situation.
Did you see her tell him?
Yes.
She didn't tell him. She then told her manager.
right.
And then the manager
who emailed the corporate office. Who sent that?
No, she told him, and he literally, because y'all just don't care.
Did he know you?
No.
Were the
no.
initiator of the information?
No, he never looked over us awkwardly. Men have this great I don't give a crap. And so he just looked down, zipped it up, and went right back to serving. Well. A female, if you told her something embarrassing like that had happened, would have had to go to the bathroom, cry, call her mom, tell the hostess she needs a break from serving, collect herself, and then get back on the job. Well, he had no issue, zipped it up, went right back to work.
Well, in fact, to that story, when we were in Vermont in February, Suzanne still laughs about this. We were at the hotel bar, which was packed, and I walked out, fly down. Okay. I mean, every guy's had fly down. Okay, if you're lying if you haven't had fly down day. Okay, so I walked.
You guys don't double check?
Yeah, what's that?
You don't double check?
You do sometimes.
Okay,
but probably
I feel like that would be like part of the process every time.
Yeah, well, but in Vermont, all they serve, I figured out. I told you this is craft beer.
Yeah.
So I had a beer with 98% alcohol, and then I had about 4 of them. So I came back down. I passed the way this hotel was set up is there's the front desk.
Yep.
Then there's a little lobby area, and then the bar is almost connected to that. So from the front desk to the bar is pretty close. Well, I had fly down, okay, and so Suzanne's going, Frank, and Frank, and she's pointing. She's pointing to my crotch area, okay, from like 20 feet away, pointing, and I'm kind of palms up. What? Okay, I didn't know. She goes, you're fly. So and not thinking, I never thought about this till you just said this, and I said, oh, my bad. So and the people at the front desk are now 5 feet away from me. What am I supposed to do? So I pulled it up and I looked over. There's a girl and a guy in front desk. I said, oops, have a fly down. My wife gets all red faced. But
you pulled it up in front of them.
Yeah, well, sure, I pulled it up in front. It was down. Okay, so anyway, I just didn't know. I didn't know how you'd handle that. I mean, you care about people. I thought. No. Obviously, you don't.
You've obviously at no point walked outside in Vermont with your fly down, because I think otherwise you would have known immediately.
Yeah,
that there was an issue.
This was right then about, and I zipped it up, and I never thought about that moment until you just brought
You're
up.
You're probably supposed to go in the bathroom and zip it up, but then that.
So there's protocol for fly down guy.
But then you might encounter more people that see you with your fly. I don't know. You might have to cover it until you get to the bathroom and then zip it up.
Well, you just fly down. You don't see anything. It's just fly down. It's not like fly down and it doesn't work like that. Okay.
I find it hard to believe. So if in the same scenario that you're in the Panera,
I met
and you see a random
my friend Joel Lamp in Panera the other day.
Yeah.
And Joel and I were talking, and it was yesterday. Fly down guy was like 20 feet away. Okay, there's fly down guy.
So how'd you handle it?
I didn't say a word. I went Hayes Carline.
Absolutely.
So as much as I'm ragging on
If I
Hayes,
had a strange man come up to me and say, "I'm sorry, but your fly is down," I would run in the other
well, you're probably
direction.
right. So maybe that's why subconsciously I didn't say anything. But I felt bad for fly down guy.
Well, what do y'all do with tag out person?
What is that?
When someone's tag is out on their shirt or their dress.
Yeah, nobody cares.
See, women, you walk right up to a complete stranger, and before you even say your tag's out, is it okay if I fix it? You fix it and you go, hey, I'm randomly touching you because your tag was out. And then the chick says, oh, thank you so much.
Okay, so
and then they walk away.
So with tag out, you would take it upon yourself to fix it.
Correct.
With fly down, probably not?
Correct.
Okay, I'm just asking. I mean, is that a different dynamic?
There's different etiquette in every situation.
I saw this, in our business, everything you see is an opportunity for radio. I mean, that's how we live. I mean, that's kind of the life we live. So I see fly down guy, and I'm thinking, I don't know protocol. But I felt bad. Again, it was serious. On a scale of 10, it was 9 fly down, fly
It wasn't
down.
flying at half mast.
I was not flying at half mast. It was fly down.
So did Joel say, I should go through something?
I never
you never even said it to Joel?
No, because I don't know how to handle fly down guy. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You say it to your friend, that guy's got his fly down, you go tell him. Joel would have told him.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, I'm not the Batman of fly down guy. I don't feel like that's a situation where I have to become a superhero and help a citizen out.
Again, I didn't know what you do. But this poor guy, and he was walking around meeting people, saying hello. He had a couple group in there. He's hitting one of those Panera high tops. And
well, that's his friend's responsibility.
He was happy guy. He was happy guy fly. The only thing worse than fly down guy is bold, talkative, happy guy fly down guy. Okay, that's what he was. And
Gibby, what do you do?
Probably not say anything like you guys. In that situation, I'm probably not even gonna notice it, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, but see, if it's you didn't notice it.
Yeah,
okay,
this one.
What about toilet paper on shoe person?
Yeah, that's gross. But
I don't really care.
But you're not going to say something to them?
I think
those pale in comparison to fly down.
Yeah, and I think I've only seen that. I mean, it's a great scene in The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, it is.
But in real life, I don't know that I've ever seen that more than maybe once.
Yeah.
I'll grant you that you will encounter somebody with their fly down or some problem, at least fairly often in life. But yeah, there's no chance.
But I didn't say anything to the guy. I was hurting inside for this guy. I wanted to say, bro, how about the fly? Do us all a favor. Do yourself a favor.
Maybe next time write it on a napkin and just pass him the
this guy had a little pep in his step. He was bouncing. Okay, this guy had a little bounce to him. Okay, with the fly.
Maybe he knew it was down and he liked the fresh air.
Could be.
Maybe you could start charades and kind of form an airplane and be like, fly.
Right.
Down.
Right. You know what? I love that. That would be because nobody would notice that.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be very discreet.
That's why the
way to
napkin
do it.
might work.
Yeah, maybe it would. So, okay, all right. We're going to take a break. My question is this. These schools with all these schools selling alcohol, will it hurt the ones that don't? I mean, does it matter? I
think we'll have a lot more flies down.
Yeah, we'll have more flies down. Would you, if you were the president of the University of Florida, Georgia, FSU, Alabama, Auburn, would you sell alcohol to all your sporting events? None of your sporting events. You worked at UNF, so you put on events. Let's take a break and answer that question after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the Best Bet Card Rooms at Jacksonville and Orange Park.
Jake Godbolt is the best mayor we've ever had. I'm prejudiced. I love the guy. He took office in 1979, 2 years after I came to Jacksonville. I love the way he chased rainbows, refused to take no for an answer, and ignored barbs from the naysayers. The Silver Spoon folks considered Godbolt an embarrassment. He preferred Cotton's Barbecue to the River Club, Ocean Way to Ponte Vedra. He didn't know everything going on in the boardrooms, but he had the pulse of the people because he was one of them. He felt the negative vibes about our city, our low self-esteem. This week marks the 40th anniversary of Colt Fever, one of the most significant happenings in Jacksonville history. You heard that right. Colt Fever was the match that started the fire for Jacksonville to get an NFL franchise against incredible odds. Our quest for an NFL team led to other things like the Michael Jackson 3-night performance here. I had a chance to visit with Mayor Jock this week for the first time in at least 10 years. What a joy.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Come see the new showroom and new displays at the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center, located on Southside Boulevard across from Tinseltown. The friendly, experienced group of interior designers will help you transform your home. They specialize in kitchen design, bath design, and closet design. The Kitchen and Flooring Design Center is used by many builders, home remodelers, and assisted living communities in Jacksonville. Plus, you'll find brands like Timberlake, Doll Tile, Mohawk, Craftmade, Cambria, Legacy, and tons more. Head to floorsandkitchen.com or stop by the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center today.
On January 27, 2012, radio station WJXL AM was granted a license by the Federal Communications Commission to serve the public interest as a public trustee until February 1st, 2020. Our license will expire on February 1st, 2020. We must file an application for renewal with the FCC by October 1st, 2019. When filed, a copy of this application will be available for public inspection at www.fcc.gov. It contains information concerning this station's performance during the past 8 years. Individuals who wish to advise the FCC of facts relating to our renewal application and to whether this station has operated in the public interest should file comments and petitions with the Commission by January 1st, 2020. Further information concerning the FCC's broadcast license renewal process is available at www.1010xl.com. and 904-641-1011, or may be obtained from the FCC, Washington, D.C. 20554.
Built as user-friendly as it is budget-friendly, the Kubota Z100 zero-turn mower cuts a lawn worth admiring. With smooth controls and a rugged deck, this machine makes mowing way more comfortable. For a limited time, you can get a Z100 mower for as low as $83 a month. Now through August 31st, 2019, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists helps you be the best when you play and brings you
the best of Into the Night Replay.
Georgia, how do you folks sleep at night? You haven't won a national title in 40 freaking years. Life must suck. 40 years. 40 years! All I hear about, 5-star here, 5-star there. Facilities here, weight room there. Training table here. Best chicks in college football there. You haven't won a natty in 40 freaking years.
Gentlemen, discover the new medical treatment that Viagra doesn't want you to know about. I'm Bradley I with Synergenics Elite Health, and we offer GainsWave. It's a simple 20-minute in-office procedure. GainsWave is non-invasive, and it restores the poor blood flow that causes ED. Stop popping pills and scheduling intimacy. Call 904-500-5500. Consultations are free. Mention this radio station for $150 off your first treatment. Call Synergenics Elite Health at 904-500-5500 to learn about the GainsWave ED treatment today.
Jags fans, this one's for you. Enter the TIAA Bank Take the Field sweepstakes for your chance to win 2 club tickets and get pregame sideline access to be on the field when the Jags come out of the tunnel. A new winner will be chosen for each home game. To enter and for official rules, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Void where prohibited. Entry period from 8/5/2019 to 12/18/2019. For official rules and complete details, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. Sponsor TIAA FSB.
Have you heard? It's official. Diamonds Direct has moved. Thanks to the way you've embraced our unique concept, we needed more room. So we've upgraded. We've moved to a brand new store that's 50% larger. It's off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. You can't miss it. Our new showroom is state-of-the-art. Bright, spacious, modern, with gorgeous lake views and more fine jewelry than you've ever seen in one place. You're gonna love our new home. Same great people, same industry-leading warranties and guarantees, same unbeatable values, but now in a fresh new showroom with even more diamonds, more designer jewelry, more engagement ring mountings, more bands and bracelets and pendants and earrings. It's the best selection in all of Florida. At Diamonds Direct, our passion is celebrating love and new beginnings. And now we invite you to join us in celebrating this new chapter in our life. Diamonds Direct, upgrading your experience yet again with a spectacular new showroom. Now open off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt behind Firebirds.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy payroll customer.
I've used it for a year now, and I've worried 0 time. I just enter in the time, it's calculated, and it's taken out of bank account, and it's just done. I love it.
Visit us at patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Accounting and payroll. Keep your time and money.
They're a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll.
Feeling crazy.
Helmets and heels.
Built by Dreamfinders Homes and presented by Underwood Jewelers.
And American Window Products. Tuesday nights at 6.
On 1010XL.
Back to more of Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. Family owned since 1961. It's Big Chief Tire.
I can make anybody pretty.
Is this Brad Paisley?
Mm-hmm. This is a great song. If you listen to the lyrics.
Well, it does fit with what our topic is
and
here,
also
doesn't
fits
it?
with the topic.
Oh, it does? How?
It's a song called Alcohol.
Okay.
And that's why he said, I can make anybody pretty. He's talking about alcohol.
Ah, there you go. Hey, Hayes, you're the president of University State.
Wow.
Okay.
Not a good day for University State.
No, it's not. But
Put the in there.
But
Zero
The University
point
State.
But if I was going like Shaughnessy said, but if I did have to call on your area of expertise, alcohol would be one of them.
It would be.
Probably more than like a calculus.
That's true.
So you're in charge. Are you selling alcohol at your events? Are you holier than thou, or what are you doing?
I am absolutely selling booze at my events.
Why?
Because I will make a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. So
I will,
so the revenue stream beats out whatever negative feedback.
Yeah. I mean, my fans drink when they go to games. I've got a cool fan base, and they like to party, and so they're doing it probably irresponsibly anyway. And we will certainly take a portion of the proceeds from all the money we're going to make selling booze to these lunatics.
Right.
And we will put that back into some extra police force and making
Right.
sure everybody, isn't overserved and, gets to their car okay. But I'm absolutely going to drown these people in whiskey and let them watch football.
What are you going to do?
I don't think we can put lunatics in the press release.
Okay. Oh, sure we can. Hey, he's the president. Put whatever he wants in there. Okay.
We have people that'll clean it up.
Yeah, like you said, Frank, I worked at University of North Florida, and UNF is a campus that decided to sell alcohol at its events. And I think for UNF, it was a very smart decision. For UF or Georgia, it's a much bigger scale that you're talking about as far as the thousands of people that are coming to the event. You have to take a really close look, I think, at the security, at the traffic pattern. Going to the Players' Championship, there's a ton of Ubers to ensure that people who drink all day can get out effectively. Going to Gainesville, there's a whole heck of a lot of people, or Athens, that are commuting from far away in order to go to the game and then are leaving, and an Uber wouldn't work for those people. So I need to get a better idea. I need to take a survey and get a better idea of what I'm dealing with. But if it all works out, I'm absolutely selling it. Everyone should have the option of what they want. And I would serve not just beer. I would serve wine, not liquor, but I would serve beer and wine.
Gibby, you selling wine at you selling alcohol at your place?
I am. Yeah, I think I'm with Hayes. I think the revenue stream would be a huge benefit. And look, I mean, you're supposed to be a professional organization. I know it's a college, but you're supposed to be handling it professionally. And if you do that, I think you can do it successfully.
See, here's the thing, and we won't. Good sports talk is some debate. We won't get any debate on this because we'll all agree. But everybody's drinking. That's the thing. It's not like you're suddenly going to cause people to drink that weren't. Now, is there some guy that doesn't load up the flask and isn't going to drink again until the game's over and now he's going to have a beer because it's there? Of course. There'll be more people that'll drink now than did before. But you're not changing the culture. You're not all of a sudden creating a culture of drinking because you're selling it.
You might be reducing the binge drinking.
Yeah, and I know you guys talked about that before because people aren't as likely to go out or to binge beforehand, right?
Right, because people literally will go, oh, I got to finish this, or I'm going to take one to walk just to the stadium, and I have to finish it before I get in the stadium.
And I don't know how much it will alter the pattern of drinking per person. Maybe you eliminate some of the binge drinking. Maybe you don't. I hear you. But the reason would be such a no-brainer is there's no culture change here. See, when you have to make a significant decision on policy, and certainly when it relates to something that can alter your state, you got to decide whether or not you're changing the culture. Even all the discussion about weed, people say, well, anybody that wants weed can get it. You'll still change the culture a little bit. If weed becomes legal everywhere, which we all believe at some point is going to. I'm not talking about medicinal. I'm talking about recreational, like it is in Oregon or Colorado or wherever it is so far. You're changing the culture a little bit. If all of a sudden people can pull up into a store and go buy it and put it like the same way they do an icy, you've changed the culture. But in a football game, you're not changing the culture. So I'm kind of astounded they haven't done it all along. That this is it took to 2019 for everyone to kind of start doing it.
I agree. I think it's good. I mean, look, you've got adults here, and you have to assume that they're going to be responsible in it. And it's unfair to say that we're not going to serve because there might be 2% of the population that really become a problem. I think most people can attend any event where there's alcohol available and have a drink and have a good time and be safe and go home.
Yeah, and if they couldn't, this culture would have changed long ago, well before legality ever came into play.
Well, I think you do have to look at your stadium. A few years ago, I saw Florida play East Carolina, and our seats were up really high. And I remember thinking, if I had been drinking too much and I tripped and fell, I think someone could really hurt themselves. There are areas at Florida State that when they've decided to sell at Doak Campbell, there are going to be just these small areas, and that's where people are allowed to get the drink. So they cannot take the drink back to their seat. If I was going to sell it, I would allow people to go back to their seats. But you might have, some precarious areas of the stadium where you may not want people drinking as much as they possibly can. And so then you really have to make sure that you regulate with the serving staff. You can't overserve people. If you think that person's drunk, you have the right to say, I'm sorry, you're cut off.
Do most teams for night games cut it off at halftime, third quarter?
It's usually end of third quarter.
End of third, is that what it is? Which is smart.
Yeah.
Which is smart. You hope people are smart enough not to drink and drive, but don't help them drink and drive. And so I get that part. So we'll see. All right, we'll take a break. I got another sort of a political question of sorts. Can you affect change at the workman level? Can people actually on the firing line affect change? I'll explain what I mean after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This moment will be the moment of something real and fun and inspiring, and we will do it together. Who's coming with me?
1010XL.
When the Wild calls, the Kubota RTV X1140 was built to answer. Proven diesel engine, heavy-duty suspension, and traction that grips like a mountain lion. It's all engineered around a roomy 4-seat cab that converts into an extra-long cargo bed, so you can prep for a trophy hunt and haul it home effortlessly. Find yours at your local Kubota dealer. Kubota, shape your world.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road, Jacksonville, and now also in McClenny.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Meet Vuse Alto, a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes with long-lasting pods filled with liquid blended in the U.S. Vuse Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Vuse, leading the way today, tomorrow, and in the future. Underage sale prohibited.
Have you heard? It's official. Diamonds Direct has moved. Thanks to the way you've embraced our unique concept, we needed more room. So we've upgraded. We've moved to a brand new store that's 50% larger. It's off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. You can't miss it. Our new showroom is state-of-the-art. Bright, spacious, modern, with gorgeous lake views and more fine jewelry than you've ever seen in one place. You're gonna love our new home. Same great people, same industry-leading warranties and guarantees, same unbeatable values, but now in a fresh new showroom with even more diamonds, more designer jewelry, more engagement ring mountings, more bands and bracelets and pendants and earrings. It's the best selection in all of Florida. At Diamonds Direct, our passion is celebrating love and new beginnings. And now we invite you to join us in celebrating this new chapter in our life. Diamonds Direct, upgrading your experience yet again with a spectacular new showroom. Now open off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt behind Firebirds.
Attention Jags fans, Money Pages is giving away 4,000 preseason tickets to celebrate the 25th season of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is your chance for you and a friend to win free preseason tickets. All you have to do is download the free Money Pages app today, and you can enter to win. The savings don't stop there. When you download the free Money Pages mobile app, you'll unlock great local savings on the go. Good luck, and go Jaguars!
No purchase necessary. At least 18. Void outside Florida and Georgia. See moneypagesticketgiveaway.com for entry dates and official rules.
Your home for the best Jags coverage. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Okay, honey. I think we need to call Mr. Rooter right now.
Why? What's happening? Did you replace the toilet?
Yeah, but I think I cracked the pipe. Holding it together now. This could be bad.
At Mr. Rooter, you get upfront flat rate pricing, not an estimated hourly rate. No matter how long the job takes, you'll know your cost right from the start. Drain your pipes, not your wallet, with flat rate pricing at Mr. Rooter Plumbing. There's a reason they call us Mr.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, these 3 words bring feelings of fear and anxiety. Contact J. David Tax Law. Recently voted Best Tax Attorney in Jacksonville by Folio Weekly Readers and selected as a 2019 Ultimate Tax Attorney by the Jacksonville Business Journal. When you owe the IRS or Florida sales tax and can't pay, it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law for your no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your tax problems step by step, explain your options, and how we will resolve your tax issue once and for all. See why J. David Tax Law was voted Best Tax Attorney in Jax. Call now for a no-cost consultation. 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Shark fans, your Jacksonville Sharks are bringing home another championship game to Jacksonville. The 2019 NAL Championship game presented by Tom Bush Family Dealerships and Dr. James J. McCall kicks off Saturday, August 17th at 7 p.m. Let's pack the Shark Tank and help Jacksonville win another football title. Don't miss the big game. Get your championship tickets now for only $13. Call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700 or visit jacksharks.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here, and I want to know, are your drafty windows letting all that cool air right back outside? Will they protect your home from Florida's unpredictable weather? If not, then it's time for the peace of mind that comes only with Pella Windows and Doors. Pella offers durable wood, fiberglass, and vinyl products in various styles and designs to best complement your home. So visit the Pella of Jacksonville showroom on Phillips Highway next to Tesla, or find them at PellaJax.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors at PellaJax.com.
Hicken here. Guys, I got to tell you, it's true. We just had the new air conditioning system installed at the house. We are cooler with Bueller. That's right. My wife did some research. Trust me, we compared. And at the end of the day, Bueller Air Conditioning, the clear choice. They were on time, friendly, professional from start to finish. Our new system is awesome. Take it from me. If you need air conditioning help, I recommend Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
License CAC 1816716.
Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Turn up the heat on the Duval Honda hot seat. Buckle up for the inside stuff when players and NFL experts join Jaguars today from 10 to noon on 1010XL. Duval Honda. We deliver on price and service. We deliver to you. The closest Duval dealer is in your driveway.
Back to more of a Big Chief Tire Friday on The Frangie Show. Big Chief Tire, with 4 locations on the First Coast to serve you.
Pete Prisco joins us later on in the 5 o'clock hour. Talking NFL, he's been to all these camps. Look forward to having him on with us. It's brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. And again, Rock Armstead, the terrific rookie running back, will be at Showtime 6:30 to 8 tonight. Good guy. You'll like him. Hayes, you've already talked to Rock. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
And he's going to be a good player, too. So go out there if you want an autograph. Now's the time. Best card shop in town, best collectible shop in town is Showtime. It's located on Phillips Highway right at Shad. Those are good dudes over there. So go say hello to those guys, and you'll get to meet Rock Armstead. Okay. So I wore my new shirt for a reason today. I wore this shirt for a reason. No one I liked it. My wife just bought it for me. But it's a Clemente shirt. It looks like a pirate shirt. It doesn't say Pirates. It says Clemente on it.
But it has the Pirates colors.
It's got the Pirates colors. It's black and gold Pirates colors, but it says Clemente 21 on it. So apparently there's a movement. And Gibby, do you know this? Latin American players will no longer ask for 21. Gibby, have you heard this?
I have not, no.
So Latin players
Hell yeah.
who are pushing for this will no longer ask for number 21. Now, a lot of times, if you're a young player, you get what they give you, but you don't get 21 very often, right? So you get what they give you. Gibby, I don't think the Braves have a 21. I think that was Warren Spahn, maybe. I think that's retired.
See, you're so good with numbers, and I'm not. I can't remember.
I think Warren Spahn's. I know Warren Spahn's number was retired. I think it might have been 21. So I think because I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking the Braves might not.
It is 21.
It is, yeah. So the Braves don't have a 21 anyway. They're not ever going to issue a 21. But I'm thinking the Latin American players want 21 retired, the same way the African American players really wanted 42 retired. And there's a big push in the Latin baseball community that they don't want the number, and they're so much so that they have, and some teams, they've gone to their non-Latin American teammates and asked them not to ask for 21. Now, I don't know what that does to a guy wearing 21. Would you ask him to take it off? You know, like Mariano Rivera was never going to have to give up 42. But the Yankees were never going to issue it again because nobody issued it again. But nobody took it off. If Mo Vaughn from the Red Sox, who was legendary 42, was still playing, they wouldn't have made him take it off.
Yeah, you don't make him take it off, but you ask that it doesn't get issued once that player's done.
So can that can they affect change? Can Latin American baseball players, and I got more thoughts on this that don't have anything to do with the number, can they affect change in that way?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if it's a big part of their culture and they feel like, I mean, again, I'm assuming we're talking about overwhelming support. We're talking about 85%.
Yeah, and I probably don't know that as well as I should. I just read a couple stories that said that's the new movement.
But if it feels like it's at a point where they're going up to teammates and talking to them about it, it would seem like if you're going to do that, it must be the vast majority. I read
it in the Atlantic, so I mean the Athletic,
right?
So somebody had it.
Yeah, I think if it's overwhelming support, why not? I mean, Roberto Clemente, you couldn't ask for a better ambassador of baseball. So there's no downside for Major League Baseball to not do it.
A quick scan of Google and stories relating to this. A lot of them that I found started in 2017. So I think this is a movement
that's not that late.
Right. So, but I think it's a movement, though, that this is the third year, so the groundswell is starting to gain momentum. And especially the more national writers that pick it up, the more that ESPN discusses it on SportsCenter, then the more likely it is going to be something that they're going to win at some point, whether it be 5 years or 10 years. But I think it absolutely should have happened. Don't you think that the reason it hasn't is because his life was cut short and therefore his baseball career?
You know, no. I think that actually enhances it because he didn't get to live the afterlife. I think what's kept it from happening is there was so much work to get the Jackie Robinson one done that nobody wants to diminish that. I think that's what it is. I think it's that as much as it is anything else. And Roberto Clemente, whereas he went through some trials, never went through what Jackie Robinson went through. Jackie Robinson had death threats and people trying to fight him, and he couldn't use the same bathrooms. He couldn't use what he went through in the 40s. Nothing Clemente went through was that. It wasn't. I love Clemente, but what Jackie Robinson and African American players went through. But that's what African American people went through. They had to sit at the back of the bus. They had to use a different water fountain. It's a crime if you think back to the way the times were, and we didn't live in those times, but we've all read about them. You know, I mean, heck, I probably did live in them. I was probably.
I was gonna say it still occurred in the 60s.
Yes, but I didn't know. I was sheltered from. I was a little kid, you know. So.
But hopefully, we retire Jackie Robinson's number not just because of what he endured, but because of how great of a baseball player he was.
Well, and how he changed. He changed
the culture, right?
Right. Jackie Robinson, by the way, was far from the greatest African American baseball player.
Right.
I mean, Jackie Robinson he wasn't Willie Mays. Okay. I mean, he wasn't Barry Bonds. He wasn't that. Okay. So, it wasn't Hank Aaron. You know, Hank Aaron, who also endured all that in the South, and was one of the greatest players of all time. So I just wonder, can you affect it? I find myself thinking there's two thoughts on the Latin American influence in baseball. There's some people who resent it, who they think that baseball was an American sport, and it's a shame that so many baseball players are foreign. I think the same thing happens probably, honestly, in European basketball leagues, that they don't want too many American players there. Now, baseball doesn't have a rule, But so I almost think the Latin American influence doesn't get its due because there's not endorsement opportunities. You know what I mean? There's not. I understand why there's not more color commentary opportunities, because color commentary is about talking to the public, and if you don't know the language, you can't talk to the public. I get that. Yeah, but I find myself thinking, I don't know. I think there's more African Americans in management, but I wonder how many managers of the 30 in baseball are of Latin American descent. How many? What would you guess?
18.
Oh, I'd guess 5 to 8. If I was guessing.
Ever?
No. Right now.
He means right now.
You're thinking ever. Okay, I'm thinking of the 30 right now. I mean,
I would say 2 to 5 current.
I mean, I would lean way more on.
I mean, Alex
your
Cora
number for that.
Alex Cora. Gibby, what do you think? Of the 30 current managers,
I think the 5 range is probably about right.
Yeah, and I don't know, and I'd have to think through who all the managers are, but I think that's one of the reasons the Latin American community says, look, give us this. This is our great player. This was our first great, mega great player. Give us this, so, and I think, and again,
that would make me sad if anyone really believes that another culture can't come and play the sport.
Or shouldn't be.
Like,
yeah, right.
Especially where Americans come from, right? We did not start this country.
Yeah. But people are upset about everything, Lauren.
No, I know. But that makes me sad, because if that person had ever traveled to those countries and seen the little kids like I have playing baseball, not soccer, not basketball, playing baseball in the other countries, that brings them such joy.
Well, you should tell that story, because you sent me texts and tweets from Puerto Rico. It's unbelievable, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's baseball fields everywhere, and the kids literally every single night. It's not organized. They're just out there. I'm sure they have organized leagues, but the times that I've been, they're just out there having a blast playing baseball. And again, I think some people think, oh, well, if they speak Spanish, then they play soccer. No, that's not always the case. A lot of these kids grow up wanting to be professional baseball players in America, and it's a shame, I think, that anyone would think, well, it's American. Well, America is a melting pot of cultures that came from all over the world. So I guess, in my opinion, we should embrace it. And if you want this country to be better in soccer, and you lament the fact that U.S. stinks in soccer, well, you have to remember that we don't have influence from foreign players, and that's why they're so much better than we are. So don't you want us to get better?
I've never asked one person